Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. To keep this podcast free, we're partnering with Stoke Seeds. Pre-plan your indoor seed starting program today with the help of Stoke's 2018 Gardening Guide and their online articles. Whether you're adding texture through foliage, choosing a new variety for a splash of color, developing an existing garden, or starting from scratch, Stoke Seeds has some great catalog and online resources to help you through the process. More than just a listing of vegetable and flower seeds, the Stoke Seeds website is a complete resource center with valuable information on seed starting, planting, and harvesting, plus all the gardening accessories you need to make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. Get growing with Stokes. Now, today's question. Dee wrote in this week, and she said, and this is sort of a common problem that we hear about. I lost about 3/4 of my perennial garden last year due to what I think is a vole infestation. I used castor oil, but to no avail. It's nearly spring, and I'm afraid to replant. I have woods in the back of my yard, and I fear they're living in the woods and waiting for the new plants to come out to chew on. Should I turn this area into a shrub garden instead?
Yeah, that's I'm not sure if the shrubs would be the answer. I've known of voles, they'll chew kind of at that ground level. They'll circle around the stems of the plants. Not every plant. With the woods being nearby, it's going to be very challenging to exclude the voles. But there's a couple of things I think you could try. One, you could consult a pest control specialist and get some advice. When you make that call, just ask, do they give a free advice service or a small fee just to come take a look? But and that way, maybe you can isolate the problem. You might try excluding certain small areas of your garden where you could put in a wire mesh that actually goes into the soil several inches and up and around your plant. So the same way some people say an arboretum will protect a particular plant from deer, you could try that with the voles if you've got a sort of a special plant you really want to protect. And I would see which plants they're most attracted to and then try some new plants. I don't know if there's a vole-proof plant list out there, not to my knowledge. But if you're seeing the same plants really eaten over and over again, then definitely try some other shrubs and some other perennials. But I would do a little more investigation, make sure also there's not something else going on, that there are, whether it's squirrels or rabbits or deer. Being near the woods, there could be a lot of things that are coming out there. Maybe do a little stealth investigation in the evenings. A lot of animals tend to be more active in the evenings or the early mornings and kind of get an idea of what's going on.
And we have had a lot of questions over the last probably 3 weeks about moles as well, and how to get rid of moles. Do you have any moles at Franklin Park, and what do you do about that?
No, I don't think we've ever had any moles. Back in England, where I'm from, it's a common problem. People want to have a beautiful lawn, and then they have the moles. So I think, again, you're looking at consulting an expert. There are some traps. There are some chemical treatments. They're often, maybe they're after the grubs and things a little bit as well in the lawn. And so there's one theory, I think, if you keep disturbing those mounds, which are above their tunnels, you sort of can move them on, but your neighbors may not be too happy about that. But if you sort of disrupt their habits and kind of get after them, that may help deter them too. I have not heard of a lot of moles around in central Ohio, but it can certainly be frustrating when you're trying to grow a nice lawn.
Oh, definitely. See those mounds coming up every day. Thanks again for listening to the podcast. Remember, pre-plan your indoor seed starting program with the help of Stoke's Gardening Guide and their online resources. And request your free catalog while you're online. For the best selection of vegetable, flower, and herb seeds available, go to stokeseeds.com. Cultivating successful growers for generations.